Stars are on the A-list for a reason. They've made a series of smart career choices, carefully selecting the projects they act in so they have continued success. Still, everyone is prone to mistakes, and even the biggest names in Hollywood can have a misstep or two on their resume. You may be surprised that some Oscar winners and box office icons don't always make the best decisions. Here are 10 popular actors who you didn't think made bad career choices. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
You talking to me?
Robert De Niro. The legendary actor declined the role of Captain Jack Sparrow for the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, since he felt it would flop like so many other pirate films of the years past. De Niro was proven wrong when The Curse of the Black Pearl was a huge hit and earned Johnny Depp a Best Actor nomination. So he tried to make up for it by signing on for Stardust. Unfortunately, that film was hardly the box office success Pirates was, and only made $38 million in the States. De Niro has a filmography full of iconic roles and performances, but in this instance, he wasn't so savvy.
It's over. Go home.
Matthew Broderick. Broderick will always be Ferris Bueller to viewers, but the actor could have added another great character to his resume. He was offered the chance to play Walter White on Breaking Bad, but he turned it down for reasons unknown. Bryan Cranston became the one who knocked and won countless accolades for his performances over the span of 5 seasons, including 3 consecutive Primetime Emmys. Broderick has had a successful career, working in a variety of projects from awards contenders to beloved animated classics, but he probably wishes he could go back in time to cook some fictional crystal meth and be Heisenberg.
Bond. James Bond.
Sean Connery. From James Bond to Indiana Jones to The Untouchables, Sean Connery starred in several great films throughout his career. He has few regrets, but there is one that haunts him to this day. Connery was one of Peter Jackson's choices for Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but the actor turned it down because he didn't understand the script. Even when Connery was offered $10 million per film and 15% of the box office totals, he still said no. Not only did he miss a chance to leave another major impact on pop culture, Connery's decision cost him a whopping $480 million. His last film, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, was nowhere near that kind of payday.
But yeah, absolutely. We'll see how it goes.
Paul Giamatti. In his career, Paul Giamatti has been nominated for, and won in some cases, Oscars, Golden Globes, and Emmys. He's one of the industry's finest character actors and always gives it his all. But not every decision he's made has been a winner. Giamatti could have been Michael Scott in the US version of the sitcom The Office, but he turned down the part. Steve Carell took it instead and was launched into superstardom by the show's success. Looking over Giamatti's resume, it's hard to say he's had a bad run, but he arguably lacks that one truly iconic character. Maybe Michael Scott was the one that got away.
That's not how the Force works.
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is Han Solo and Indiana Jones, but one thing he is not is an Oscar winner. In fact, Ford has only been nominated once by the Academy, but that could have been different if he accepted a role for the 2005 drama Syriana. Ford was offered the part of Bob Barnes, but turned it down. George Clooney stepped in and took home a golden statue on Oscar night. Ford says it's one of the few decisions in his career he regrets, and it's easy to see why. Hopefully the right script comes across his desk soon, and he too can receive film's highest honor.
Meow.
Michelle Pfeiffer. The glamorous actress has put together a storied career full of tremendous performances and owned the role of Catwoman in Batman Returns. But there's one great part that she didn't put her stamp on. Pfeiffer was offered the role of Clarice in Silence of the Lambs, but she turned it down because she was off-put by the violence and heavy themes of the story. Jodie Foster, who was intent on having the part, won Best Actress at that year's Oscars. Silence of the Lambs even pulled off the rare feat of winning the Big Five at the ceremony, going down as one of the greatest films ever made. Pfeiffer has plenty to be proud of, but this was the chance of a lifetime.
King Kong ain't got on me!
Denzel Washington. Denzel is in contention to win his 3rd Oscar this year for his performance in Fences, but he's had his fair share of screw-ups too. In 1995, Washington was offered the chance to play Detective Mills in the serial killer drama Seven, but he chose to work on another detective thriller, Devil in a Blue Dress. While David Fincher's Seven was a big commercial hit and critical success, Denzel's movie struggled at the box office despite doing well with critics. It's the biggest regret of Washington's career, but it may have pushed him to take Training Day, which won him several awards in 2001.
I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. None of it.
Matt Damon. After the original Bourne trilogy wrapped in 2007, Matt Damon had trouble replicating the action franchise's success. Prior to The Martian, several of his projects struggled either critically or commercially, but he could have been part of one of the defining films of this generation. Damon turned down the role of Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight, a juicy part that went to Aaron Eckhart. Damon eventually got a chance to work with Christopher Nolan in Interstellar, but there's no denying Harvey Dent was the larger role that would have been a great showcase for Damon. With all the comic book movies coming through the pipeline, he's bound to find something in that genre soon.
You failed.
Will Smith. The Fresh Prince has slipped a bit in recent years, but back in the 1990s, he was the biggest movie star on the planet. Coming off the success of Independence Day and Men in Black, Smith could have chosen anything he wanted for his next role. He was offered the part of Neo in the groundbreaking sci-fi film The Matrix, but he turned it down to work on a different genre picture. That would be Wild Wild West. And it's safe to say that was not a wise choice. While The Matrix went on to revolutionize the industry with its incredible special effects, Wild Wild West flopped, both critically and commercially, despite Smith's best efforts.
Dave, I'm done with everything.
Chloe Grace Moretz, bursting onto the scene thanks to her role as Hit Girl in Kick-Ass, Chloe Grace Moretz has been busy ever since, picking up parts in everything from Best Picture nominees to horror remakes. She's become omnipresent on the big screen, but that will change now that she's stepping away from the limelight. Grace Moretz dropped out of all her in-development projects earlier this year, including a live-action take of The Little Mermaid. The actress doesn't expect her break to be long, but she wants to reevaluate her career, and perhaps be more selective about the films she makes so each one really counts. Her fans might be upset about this now, but if it works out for the better, it'll be good for everyone.
Be nice, I'll rip your ass out through your mouth.
Those are just some highly successful actors that made some puzzling decisions in their careers. Are there any we missed? Sound off in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel.